skipped down to here, and that's why it didn't make sense, because you skipped this line. So are you going to show you this part? Everybody had a chance in those first two sections. So the first two kind of topics, as Ben said. So, after reading just that much and thinking about the nonfiction text features, what are some important ideas we've learned so far? Readers, let's talk. What have we learned so far? Some important ideas about this topic of the Great Smoky Mountains.
That live in Smokies, or maybe some deer or black bears and turkeys.
Okay, could you say that one more time? And we're all going to be looking at the two sections we read to see where he's talking about this information, where it's coming from. Say it again, Ben.
Some animals that live in the Smokies are deer, black bears, and turkeys.
Did we hear you say maybe? Is it a maybe or is it a for sure?
For sure.
Wait, might you should use might. You might also spot deer, black bears, and turkeys.
Is that what made you say the word maybe? Let's read that last sentence at the bottom of the second question. Can we read it? You might also spot deer, black bears, and turkeys. You read the word maybe. It depends on the time of the year. Maybe they're out in some times of the year and not others. Is there an animal, though? Can we say more about these animals that would not be a maybe? That would be more of a for sure? We would see that there?
For sure, those black bears, deer, and turkeys would probably have some kind of warmth on them.
So thinking about their body types. Oh, there was another animal. Can you turn it around so you can see it, sweetheart? That they talked about. And I know it's not an animal I know a lot about or have seen very often. I don't know. Can you reread that part in the section, what are some animals that live in the Smokies? Ben went to that last sentence where it listed some. I don't know. There was a long word in there that some of us found a little tricky.
Salamanders.
Yeah, let's go to the second sentence there. Sometimes, can you find that starts with sometimes? Sometimes the park is called the salamander capital of the world. And then the author tells more in the next sentence. That's because over
30 species of salamanders live here.
30 species, 30 kinds. What's a salamander?
Like a kind of like lizard.
Yeah.
Say more. What was your idea, Jocelyn?
It's some kind of lizard.
Kind of a slimy, lizardy kind of thing?
Yeah.
It could be something that we go look up later, like Google salamander or find a book about
Like
salamanders.
kind of like geckos.
But even if we don't know exactly what it is, what we do know from this article is there's a whole bunch of them there. Over, what did he say? Over 30 species, different kinds of these critters, salamanders, live there. Holy moly. Now, here's what I'm wondering. We think that's important to know, the different animals. Was there any nonfiction text feature that helped you with that? Anything about the black bears or the deer or the turkeys or all these species, kinds of salamanders, lizard-like things that live there? I don't know. Do you see anything?
I think.
I didn't. You know what I wonder? If I could talk to the author, maybe it'd be cool if they put a picture with a caption of a
Salamander.
That might help me as a reader. He didn't choose to do that, and that's okay. Okay, what's something else that's important to know just from reading those two sections besides the types of animals that live in the Great Smoky Mountains? Let's talk.
Great.
Say again, sweetie.
The Great Smoky Mountains.
Okay, so where can we look back in the text to help you remember? What else did you find out about the Great Smoky Mountains? Oh, there's a caption down there. Should we read it? Another nonfiction text feature to go along with that picture. Let's read the caption. The Great Smoky Mountains are part of the Appalachian mountain chain. What'd you read up in that first section that told you more about these Great Smoky Mountains that are part of the Appalachian mountain chain? Thanks for noticing that feature.
It's between North Carolina and Tennessee.
I don't know. I'm not so sure about North Carolina and Tennessee and the border. I don't know. Was there something that could help me better understand where these Great Smoky Mountains are besides the words in that section?
Maybe Tennessee. Great Smoky Mountains are kind of like in the green part.
Green part of what? What nonfiction text feature are you looking at, Ben?
Map.
Let's put our eyes on the map right here.
Right.
Okay, so what did we read in the words? Y'all read, they are on the border between North Carolina. Is that on the map?
Yeah.
Find it.
Right here. Wait.
See it? Down there in the bottom?
More on the bottom.
Yeah, so sometimes maps are busy nonfiction text features. There's lots of information. But yeah, that's kind of in a bigger print, so we can find it. Okay, what else did it say? And
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Is Tennessee on that map?
Yes. Like
Yes.
Find it.
In
Yay, it's there.
In the upper west.
Great using of direction words. Okay, so they're on, I'm going to go back to the words. They are on the border between North Carolina, find it, and Tennessee, find it. Because this is how we're practicing using these nonfiction text features to help us understand where in the world this is if we're thinking about the Great Smoky Mountains. So, okay, I don't see anything on there that says, besides the title of the map, the Great Smoky Mountains.
The blue part is Great Smoky Mountains.
The blue part. Point to that, Jocelyn. Down there. Okay. Oh, you're looking at these little blue lines?
Yep.
So oftentimes on maps, guys, the blue lines represent, the blue squiggly lines represent rivers.
Maybe
And I'm thinking about how up in the words it said the national park is over. Did it tell us how big it is? Back up in the words?
1.5 million
across.
Acres.
Oh,
It looks like a cross. Acres. Now, even if we don't know how big an acre is, do we know that 1.5 million is really big?
Yeah.
Okay, so put that together with the map. Where are the Great Smoky Mountains on this map? 1.5 million acres on the border between, that's a key word, North Carolina and Tennessee. Where are the Great Smoky Mountains? Oh, she's circling this whole part. Is that what you're doing when you're kind of tapping it?
Like the red.
I don't know, there's a red. I'm looking at Tennessee. Put your finger on Tennessee. I'm looking at North Carolina because it said that in the words. I'm thinking about the border. So the border is where the two states meet. So that red line might be the border, but if the Great Smoky Mountains are, how big? What did it say in the words?
1.5
1.5 or 1.5 million acres. Look at all this green stuff. Look at all that green stuff. Do you see all the green area? Take your finger and trace it around all that dark green area. So there it is. It's by Tennessee. And then it goes over into North Carolina. All that green area on our map is...
The Great Smoky Mountains.
It could be grass colored green. But there's also mountains in that area, and so the author's trying to help us with this nonfiction text feature see that all that green space is where the Great Smoky Mountains are covering how much land? 1.5 million acres. An acre is just a measurement of land. Holy moly. I'm sure glad the author put that nonfiction text feature in there, that map, to help me better understand.
Me too.
Now, if I want to think more about how big an acre is, because I think that word was tricky for us and it may not be a word we know, what other information did the author give me to help me know more about an acre now that we've kind of worked out where...
Ooh, the forests are filled with all sorts of wild.
And the forests are in those acres, so let's go back into the very last sentence in the where are the Great Smoky Mountains. So put your finger on the word to. It's the very last sentence in the Great Smoky Mountains because, like the map, it helps us tell more, learn more. Let's see what it says. To get an idea, oh wait, we need everybody with us. To get an idea how big that is, stop. To get an idea how big that is, what's it say after the comma?
Most backyards
are much less than 1 acre. So maybe you have a backyard, that space in the back of your house. Maybe you don't, and maybe you've been to a friend's house with a backyard. But think about walking out there. Think about a house with a little bit of land behind it.
I used to have a huge backyard.
I still have a huge
To help us understand, the author put a sentence in here. It's kind of a big sentence. To get an idea, to help us understand how big that is, most backyards are much less than 1 acre. We would have to put 1.5 million backyards all together to make up all this space right here that is, what's in the green?
Great Smoky Mountains.
Lord, there's so much more to learn about the Great Smoky Mountains. And we can do that by using our, what did we practice using today? Non-fiction text features to help us figure it out. So you've got some more sections to read with your teacher that you can work on this. What's the title of the next section?
What can
Visitors do in the park? What about the next section? How many people visit the Smokies every year? Kind of a nickname. The Great Smoky Mountain, the park, the Smokies. Hey, here's another section over here above the charts. What is the weather like in the Great Smoky Mountains? Hey, when we looked at the columns on those charts,
It looks like it says the temperature.
and that could tell us more about the weather. So you can think about using those charts, that nonfiction text feature.
How warm is it?
You got it, sister. How cold or how warm is it?
And it says a month that is cold.
Exactly. So using what's here in these sections or topics with our charts, with our maps, and we had to really stop and think about how this map works with the words that are over here. So what did we do? We only read 2 parts. You can practice that as a reader. If you have an informational book in your book box, you can take your time and really think about what the words say and how those words go with the nonfiction text features to help you understand what you're reading. You guys did a great job. Stand up, tall and proud. Take a nice big bow and let these teachers clap.